Hi everyone, my name is Leena. I'm an astrologer and a blogger. Today I will be discussing about one of the most important aspects in KP astrology, and that is first house script. See, if you have to analyze a birth chart, straight away you cannot come on career and money status. First, understand the basic inclination of the person. Check about the likes and dislikes, his passion, and most important, health, be it mental or physical. So, after analyzing first house script, then you can link the script with other aspects like education, career, finance, and relationship. Okay, so let's begin. Now, most important is to check the Lagna script. This is the Lagna script. Okay. So, if you have a strong Lagna script, then you have good public relations, very strong willpower, determined to achieve your life purpose, and everyone likes the energy or aura of such people. And a weak Lagna is actually prone to all kind of diseases. Even mentally, the person is found either very confused or in an irritated state or unstable in life. And when a person is mentally weak, he takes wrong decisions for his life, be it career or relationship. Actually, he is destined to face impediments. So he himself creates complications. And this can make him face misfortunes and obstacles in his life. So let's understand with the help of a case study. I will explain how to differentiate between strong and weak Lagna script. So like here, in order to understand about this person's personality, this entire script will be analyzed. Like here you can see Taurus is a sign, Mars is a nakshatra, and Saturn is a sublord. So we have to understand that Venus, Mars, and Saturn, these three planets are majorly ruling this personality. So here Saturn script will be analyzed. First step is to check Saturn. It's a self-significator or untenanted. Meaning, is Saturn seen as a star lord of any planet? So here we see Saturn is not seen at star lord level. Okay, so meaning this is a self-significator. Then come to next step. That is Saturn's significations is ruling this person. And if this person is disciplined, follows ideologies, works hard in a structured form, then Saturn will fulfill desires. So there can be delay as Saturn is a slow moving planet. Now this person is under the jurisdiction of Saturn, and Saturn is a planet of karma. And please note this point that first house script tells about your real self, your Svabhav. And if you are in Svabhav, your own self, then you can move forward to attain your life goals and use these coordinators as a guidance. This states that your goals will be achieved if you follow the track highlighted by your first house script. So this is a very important factor. So please give some time on this, else one wastes lot of time and energy in making recognition and money, and towards the end he feels incomplete. So this is the reason very few people do something really significant in their lives. So here we see that Saturn was the first house cusp sublord, also self-significator. And this Saturn shows 9, 10, 11 and Star Lord 1, 6, 11. So all these coordinators will work. Through this script, you will know the direction this self or first house is getting. This is giving the direction. So first house script, if linked with first house only, then it states about a strong aura that energizes other people or inspires them. Such people, they get good reputation, recognition. They have good decision making skills and very fortunate also. Now, here, first house, it can be self obsessed or self realized. This you have to check through other house links. Say, first house is linked with 8th and 12th energy, and sublord also showing 8th and 12th, then that self is disturbed. Or a lot of obstacles will be there in that person's life. But if self linked with 5th house, 9th, and 11th house, then he gets the opportunity to use higher guidance, bring it in the practical form, that is 5th house, then 9th house from Guru. So he works on himself, or you can say he gets the right opportunities at right time to remove all deviations and distractions from his life. Like here, if you see, first house is getting linked with 9th house. So ethical approach, lot of principles and ideologies. 9th house, this represents Guru. So knowledge attained from teachers, mentors, and self is always connected with Guru's teachings. And remember one thing, on associating with teachers and high learnings, then his bhagya or luck will flourish. Mark this point. And then 10th house, self is getting linked with 10th house. So this wants fame, name, recognition, and even career and status oriented. So it can make one very authoritative and at times dominating also. See, 9th house is at source level. Like I said, higher knowledge. So 1st and 6th of Prarabdha Karma is linked with 9th house, 10th and 11th. So self in seva. Self is linked with seva, service, or such a business that gives services. So regarding 6th house, I will say that you have to see if 6th house is linked with 9, 10, 11, then it is strong. Then take it as good in services, very competitive, fitness freak. So service is getting guidance from Guru. You have to check this also. Status or brand name is getting linked with your services. Then 11th house, it is for social service. So self linked with social welfare. And if 6th house is linked with 8th house or 12th house, then it is weak. Then such people, they face diseases, debts, dispute, and while handling these karmas, one gets slow in his actual life purpose. And then most importantly, check sublord. And in KP, sublord decides the final outcome. So if sublord negates, then things don't materialize. So here sublord is sun. So sun represents purity, austerity, confidence, authority and respect. So 4th at sub means comfort, sukh. Sukh through his own willpower and determination, because self is involved at star lord level, 1st house. Self will acquire managerial skills, home comfort, education or even real estate. So one will be inclined to make gains, have social network, friend circle, linked with community, 11th house. Will have admirers, advisors, well-wishers. This is all 11th house. Supporters also. And then highly ambitious and lot of desires as well. See, you have to understand the whole KP script. Follow the basic rule. Planet is the source, remember. Star Lord gives the main result. Okay? Then Sublord decides the final outcome. If Sublord negates the Star Lord result, then event will not occur. Okay? Let's see another case study. Here first house script involves Saturn, Mars and Rahu. This is Capricorn. Saturn, Mars and Rahu. Now please note this point that here self is linked with Rahu. Now when Rahu is linked with the image and personality, so that person will have confusion with self-identity. meaning it can give ego, anxiety, restlessness. So he wants fame and recognition because that is Rahu. This can make one very restless or have a very strange behavior. And remember, Rahu is shadow. So self under the influence of a shadow, other element, okay, strange element. So in such cases, one will have to go through a tough journey. So to reach that Svabhav state. Now here in this chart, we saw Rahu was a sublord. First house, Cusp, sublord. And Rahu is getting linked with 7th and 12th. Here Rahu is not self-significator. It is here at star lord level. Okay. Now first house is getting linked through star lord. 7 and 12. 7th house means they need support to do some work because this is the other house. Opposition house. They want to be heard. They want companionship. They want partnership. And self-linked with 12th house through the star lord moon. So 12th house is a house of defect, endings, disappointments, and even losses. So mind body has anxiety issues. It can make the person very difficult and strange in his work. See here self is with 7th house, that is business or relationship. And 12th house also represents self-employment or investments and away from home in isolation. So if work is related to all these, then he will have fulfillment or satisfaction as its sublord 11th house is there. See here Rahu is becoming source of pain because we can see 6 and 8 at planet level. Because so Rahu is becoming source of pain, 8th house. 6th house is dispute. So investments are seen, but a lot of conflict at source. Here we can see investments, but at the back end, at the source level, conflict is there. So then this will make him face losses. See, you have to read the script considering all coordinators because first house script is fixed. This will stay with you in all the Mahadashas and Antadashas. If first house script involves 8th house at star lord level, like here if we see 8th house, then one can be prone to diseases. If it links with 5th house, then very creative and passionate in his work. If 3rd house, then self with efforts, travel, marketing. If 2nd house, then very family oriented person or more into finance, banking, or related to food. Work can be related to food because self is involved with the 2nd house, resources. So like here, 1st house involves 8th house at planet. Like we can see 8th house is at planet level. So this can make one face sudden obstacles in business because business is here. 7th house is at star lord level. And such people will handle critical time by hook or crook. They can be control freaks. They can lose temper, get into arguments. Because source is 6 and 8. See, 8th house linked with 1st house states your physical body is linked with obstacles, sudden events and pains. So tough and challenging work. Now this also represents hidden elements. Now it can include secrecy, conspiracy and strategies. So, and remember, in such cases, person can be intense in everything. So in such cases, it is best if one involves himself in such a career that includes handling a lot of people, a lot of employees, solving unexpected issues and incidents. In IT industry, these terms are used. Incident and postmortem. Meaning, to find out the root cause of failure and then come out with solution. This is 8th house. Okay. In the end, I would say that 8th house is 8th from the 3rd house of desire, movement and efforts. So constant efforts in the right direction and with devotion and righteousness, then one gets the way to the hidden purpose of soul. And then that opens the door of treasure for him. And if they are supporting numbers at sublord level, then that person will handle this process of transformation, as one has to struggle a lot through his life. But again, if one is determined and does not give up, or changes his track, or is not carried away by other shortcuts, and continues with his tough journey, then after struggle, one will definitely be able to change his status. So keep learning. Have a beautiful life.